Not too much, not too much, not too much. Um, I ain't got no lip gloss on. It doesn't matter. Okay, so hey, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Princess, but you can call me P. And I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. So welcome back, guys. And honestly, I'm just here to chat like usual. Like everybody's getting paid to just yap about whatever, so why not record my yap sessions? And yeah. So I don't know. I just felt like coming and talking to you guys because the semester is ending, and like it's just like dang, like I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I always get sentimental around this time because it's like you start off in fall semester. It is a time, you have homecoming season. Everybody's turning up. Everyone's just coming in, and you have the first day, and it's just like a brand new, fresh start. And then you have the holidays. Everything happens, and then you go right into spring semester. You have that little transitional period, and it's just like, okay, spring is fun as well, but it goes by, I feel like, significantly faster. And I don't know, it gets a little sad because, graduation comes up and a lot of the people are leaving, and, it's like you completed a full, term, and it's like, dang. So, as that's coming to an end, I just wanted to come on here and reflect, give some words of wisdom, and yeah, so I don't know, like college, well, when they say college is really the best years of your life and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, I don't feel like it applies to everyone. And still to this day, I feel like that doesn't apply to everyone because no shade, college is not for everyone. I must state that because I feel like everyone has this big ideology in their head that college is for them. And like people do hype up college, but I don't want anyone to feel inadequate if they never got to experience college because if I'm being real, it isn't for everyone. It first of all, the actual concept of college is to go study something, pay some money towards that, and at the end of the time you're studying, you get a degree, right? Now there's different factors. There's money. School is not cheap. Whether you're going to a community college or an HBCU, school is not cheap. So there, of course, there's scholarships. There's different, ways that college can be cheaper, but it's not the cheapest thing ever. So it's like that's a component where a lot of people don't get the opportunity to experience college. Um, what else? There's a lot of different factors. Like some people don't know what they want to study, or some people get to college and realize they don't know how to study. And a lot of these are like real wake up calls and real things which is why I appreciate college. Because at first I was like, 6, 7, like, what I'm saying? You don't really got it. But now I'm like, yo, this really is a really cool experience because you really do find yourself here, and you really do figure out a lot of things about yourself while you're in college because you're put in a space, right? You're put in the middle ground where it's adulthood, but it's not necessarily adulthood. You're doing all the things that require adulting, like paying bills, responsibilities of actually going to class. People aren't on you as before, so it's your responsibility to wake up and do all these things. You have all these different new obligations, as well as figuring out who you want to be, who you want to show up to be in the world, how you want to present yourself. There's all those different factors, so it's like it really is a really cool time. With that being said, I understand how stressful that can be because I must say, college, yo, the aspects of college can be stressful. Speaking from my point of view as someone who went from going to a PWI to an HBCU, major difference. Obviously I knew that, but like doing that shift it has been interesting, and it wasn't overly crazy because I have older siblings, so I really seen or had an idea of what I was going into, but actually being in it has been really interesting. It's just like, black people are amazing. So it's like being in a space with all these black people and everyone's like excelling and doing this and it's everything is so extraordinary, you can get in your head and you can start feeling overwhelmed because you like in your head you're like, yo, I'm amazing, I can do this, I can do that. And then you get around people that can do that times 20, run circles around you and start second guessing like, wait, wait, because in your mind you coming from, I'm speaking from my point of view, in my mind I'm coming from a school, I'm coming from a community, it's small, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty cool here, you know, life is pretty great here. It will take nothing off me to get into this new space and present myself and still be like really cool. And not to say I'm not, but that it does get overwhelming. As someone who don't like a lot of people, no shade, like I like people, but like it's a lot of people that goes to school, a lot of people at the school. So it's like, and then it's like, it all goes by so fast. So like, I think for me, as a person who wants to be like Barbie, have 10 different occupations, 20, 30 different occupations, be part of this, do that, be here, be there, be there. It's like, oh, in your head, it sounds great. And then when you actually try to do it, it becomes so overwhelming. So yeah, I'm just yapping. I'm just talking. But in all those different aspects, word of advice, just chill, just breathe, just vibe. It is going to go by fast, so do apply yourself. Do take advantage of the aspect that money is being spent to go here or go wherever you're going, if you are even going. So just put yourself out there, like do things that you usually wouldn't do. Like this is the time to experiment and see what you like and don't like, and see what you're capable of and not capable of. And if you're not capable of something, don't let it beat you up, don't let it tear you down, don't let it be the end all be all. Like everything's in motion. Newton's law, everything's in motion, okay, unless acted upon by another force. So word of advice, keep moving, keep flowing, keep growing. Fall, you get back up again and you keep running. I think what can be crippling in general in life is the comparison aspect. You know, you get in a space, you get in a room, and you start looking around you, and you start, well, if you're like me, you start getting in your head, and you start thinking, okay, I'm not where these people are. But you also have to take into consideration that although people are presenting their greatest self, I think that's where we fall into struggle in this generation, and why people are probably like so scared to be their actual selves is because like we're so keen on what's trending, we're so keen on like what's this and what's that, and if you're not in those boxes then you're just weird. And I don't think that's how you should view yourself. You shouldn't view yourself based on how the world is acting, but in that essence of the technology you're in and stuff like that, it's like you can also, that could also add to the overwhelm because you're in your head like, okay, so this girl, her, first of all, her body's banging, her body is banging, her lace, her hair is always laid, she got the newest wigs, 3D ultrasound hair, bust down. She got the Lulu on her body. Lulu, she got the Body by Raven sets, all the exclusives, you know, blah, blah, blah. All of this. She's part of 10 different orgs, hair, blah, 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 blah. Just a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. But you gotta realize that in all aspects and in all layers, there's a good and the bad. And you also need to apply that to yourself, because it's like you may have some stuff going on within you or some bad days, and you got to think like, you see how people aren't seeing that when they see you. You see how when you show up, people are seeing you in the element of you. So it's just the aspect of like coming down into reality and just thinking like, hey, we are all human beings, you know. It's important to focus on what you got going on in your life, because it's your life, you know what I'm saying? Comparing yourself to other people is not going to help you with anything. If anything, it's going to slow you down because you're going to be crippled by anxiety, crippled by fear. You're going to be crippled by comparison. And you're going to think, okay, I'll never amount to them, so I'm not even going to start. You're thinking, oh, they already started running on the track. They're running laps around me. Maybe I should just sit down and not run the race. But you need to apply it to the tortoise and the hare. You see in that race how the tortoise is still going on a race. The tortoise is chilling, mind you, and the tortoise is aware of how slow he's going. They're going mighty slow, and they see the hare. The hare is so excited. The hare is, you know what I'm saying, running laps, moving fast, zooming. But like in the end of that story and its significance, the person that actually, the animal that actually ended up crossing the line was the tortoise. So that goes to say, don't think you have to have everything figured out right now, because you don't have to have everything figured out right now. I know everyone around you might make you feel that way, but just vibe, just chill. Like, don't get too lax. Definitely, come in with goals and opportunities and conquer as everyone's conquering. But use it as motivation, not as demotivation or fear. Don't apply it, because your mind is powerful as well. And you got to think in the mindset of, okay, these people are doing it. That means I can do it. And I can do it just as good as them, if not even better. That's how you should think about it. Instead of the aspect of, okay, these people are doing it, I can't do that. I don't know how they're doing it, but I wouldn't be able to do that. You really got to shift your mindset. But yeah, this was just a quick little yap. Just how I'm feeling about life and everything. And take the little tokens of what I said if they were helpful and apply them to your life. Start putting you first in a selfless way, not a selfish way. It's very important. Once you build upon you, everything else will be cakework. Cakework, I'm telling you, cakework. Enjoy it. Bye.